This is kind of ground zero for Helene, believe it or not, even though this was not a direct hit. This is a dam that was affected by the hurricane water rise. And from what we're learning is that the government released the dam on all of these people, but it could have been broken. I'm not sure just quite yet. But we're at ground zero. This looks like an absolute war zone out here, as you guys can see. Lots of destruction throughout. It's just, there's just places that are level, some places that survived, others that just did not. And it smells awful out here. Absolutely horrid. Hey guys, Bullhorn Betty. We're here in Swannanoa, North Carolina. This, as I was stating, is basically ground zero for Hurricane Helene. This was not supposed to be ground zero for Hurricane Helene. And as you see behind me, it looks something like a war zone out here as we embark on trying to see the destruction from this powerful hurricane, but more importantly, this is a result of rising water. The storm surge that came from that powerful Category 5 that reduced its speed to a Category 4 right before it hit the Big Bend of the state of Florida. It did go across, it went into Georgia, it went into, there was not a whole lot of states that were not affected by this very powerful storm, Hurricane Helene. And as you see, there are a lot of people here that are struggling. We did get a permission from a homeowner, so we're gonna go ahead and walk into one of these units now. Here we go. Did you say he said we'd walk in? Yeah, we're good? Okay.
It looks like a war zone still out here. Where are you right now? Oh, yeah. Alright, well, I'll talk to you guys.
They had to get everything. We talked to the homeowner of this unit right here. This was much worse than, believe it or not, this is them gutting this particular unit. They are talking about rebuilding, but this is just one of many units. This is an actual house. A lot of these places were mobile homes, and the mobile homes, you know, they were destroyed. They were destroyed. Let's just go out here and take a look, and you'll see, because as you guys can clearly see, there was something that was here next to them. It's all gone. And you can see a truck right there and a car right there. And the house is right there. Very much a lot of destruction out here. Again, we're just trying to, oh, look at this. Car is destroyed. Just destroyed. at that. Oh my. Look at this building here. This was Live Edge Wood. Let's see if I can find a sign on here. Completely destroyed. Completely destroyed. Look at this. Just craziness out here. And I gotta tell you, it seems like they have a good sense of community out here. The community is coming together. Together, they are rebuilding their community. Together, they're staying strong. Together, they're leaning on one another for love and support as they go through this horrible experience. There's not, like right now, I am covered in goosebumps. There's nothing to describe what I'm looking at here. Granted, we don't have big, huge vessels in the middle of the road like we did in Fort Myers. But boy, this is a destruction that kind of shakes you to your core a little bit. You know, this is North Carolina. This is a place that you don't expect a hurricane to do this much destruction. Look at this home. This home is nothing but a mound, an absolute mound of debris and rubble. And the smell out here, there's just something in the air. I can't describe it, you know. When we came out here the other day, it smelled like death, but this smells very chemical. Almost like burning electrical wire. I don't know if anybody's ever had burning electrical wire in their home, but that's just the only way I can properly describe this to the audience. So it's just, I don't even know how to tell you guys that, like, there's bridges that are missing. We talked to the gentleman of this house right here, and they're going to be rebuilding. As you see, they had a beautiful walkway into their beautiful home, and now their home is gone. I mean, it's shiplap. That's it. That's all that's left. And I could see a bow in the foundation, like on the wood. So it looks like even one of those big beams that they need to, one of those big, huge support beams in the bottom, it's gonna need to be fixed. Just pure destruction everywhere you go. Everywhere you go out here. But you know what the crazy part is? The crazy part is that some of these areas, and some, like, you'll have a building completely destroyed, and then the place right next to it survived. It's almost like, you know how you like have tornadoes and stuff, and how we've heard that tornadoes jump and skip, where you can have a house that's completely destroyed, just down to nothing, and then you have the house next to it completely unaffected. It's almost like that here, which is weird because this was water and mud. This wasn't really, at least to my understanding, not a tornado. You know, it was obviously effects of the hurricane. Look at this. Big chunks of asphalt unearthed. Just broken and slung. Broken and slung. Look at all this mud, this dried mud. Look at this. I don't know if you guys can, oh my God. Wow. Just wow. Oh wow. That's insane. The air conditioning just pulled off its base. Just these things here, I don't know if you know how heavy this is. This is a 2-fan unit right here. You're talking about a very heavy weight-wise unit. Completely moved. Look at the mud. Look at the mud and the muck. It's dried, but look at it. Just utter destruction. Power lines down. Look at the road. This is a business that lost everything. Nobody expected this. Nobody expected this at all. It's just, it's breathtaking, but not in a good way. I mean, it really does take your breath away. All right, I think we spent enough time here. Look at the back of that house. It's good to see squirrels running, but even they're fighting for food. I'm surprised they survived. It's amazing. So again, we're just taking a little detour in Swannanoa, North Carolina, as we make our trek back from Daniela, Mendiola, Case, back to Olivia so I can go back home. I've got my November is packed solid with court dates after this, so I've got to get focused when I get back and get all the stuff I need to get done. But you know, I'm just very thankful. As sad as it is, I'm sorry it happened to this community, but I'm thankful this is not what my community, parts of my community looks just like this out on the beaches. But it's sad. It's sad. These people, it's going to take them forever to rebuild this area. It's just people that have their life savings and their businesses wiped away. People lost their lives out here. You know, precious, beautiful lives. And they were just so unaware. They didn't know. None of us did. This kind of stuff happens and we don't expect it to happen. And in a blink of an eye, our entire life and world just changes. And there's nothing that can be done except trying to pick up the pieces. It's just really sad. So I hope we all pray for the victims of Helene here in North Carolina. This was a lot worse than we could have ever imagined. No, not like this. I think, and to be honest with you, Fort Myers, I mean, we had ships there. We had a few buildings falling over. We had, you know, mobile homes parks wiped off the map. But this is miles and miles like this. Miles and miles like this. And you can smell like burning electrical wires or some like plastic, or the smell out here is chemical. I don't know how to explain it. A chemical smell. Let me show you this. Across the street. Miles like this, miles and miles and miles. All right, guys. Well, listen, I just wanted to come live. I've got a lot of footage of this area, but since Olivia was getting some footage, I figured I'd bring you guys for a walk live. There's not going to be very many people because I've already dropped. I did a live just a little bit ago, and I dropped a video just recently. and so that triggers something with the notifications. But if you are on the replay crew, don't forget to sit here and give a thumbs up. We come boots on the ground out here to these types of scenes. We do that because it gives us a wealth of information. We can kind of gauge all this stuff. It's so surreal. I mean, the videos that we've been seeing online and everything else just does not do this area justice. This was a hard impacted area, and a lot of lives destroyed. A lot of lives destroyed out here. So let's say a prayer for all those that are struggling. You know, say a prayer for us to get home safely. You know, it could have been me here in, you know, in Florida. This stuff happens. It's a little scary how powerful Mother Nature is at times. It's really scary. All right, guys, rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Until next time, please be safe, but more importantly, kind to one another. And if you're in an area like this, help thy neighbor. God bless.